Hello folks, it is Friday afternoon. It's 4:10 because I've just been sitting here by myself for 10 minutes going, nobody loves my streams anymore. And really I had hit the start recording button instead of the start streaming button. So there's a very good reason that no one was there. Weird. Well, what are you gonna do? Sometimes that's how these things go, man. You hit the wrong button. Hey, there's a person. There are humans out there in the world. There's several people, actually. Hey, Bijou, Rez, and Troy. Rez has been bumping around all day. Well, good times. All right, good. Well, we're online then. That's awesome. About time. 10 points. 10 points for Mike. What do I get 10 points for? I'll take them. I will take them. Hey, Grant. Bijou, you're attempting to pack. Are you going back home? Psycho Mantis. Hey, that's a dope screen name. Right on. Evan, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Oh, for hitting record and not stream. Yeah, that means that somewhere on my computer, and I actually don't have any idea where, there is going to be like a 10-minute long clip of me just, I don't know, vamping and trying to figure out what's going on. So, you know, that's the way it goes. It's been a while since I did this, I guess. I have a friendly Porg bobblehead to help me out. It's a bobblehead, but it's such a small bobblehead that it doesn't really bobble much, but, you know, good times. Boston to hang out with your brother for New Year's, then back to the ATL. Yeah, Boston's cool. I've never been there for New Year's, but, you know, are y'all going out for New Year's, or are you just gonna like stay in and do your New Year's in the house? Gosh, I spent enabling a friend to buy some Story Supply and Pin Chalet. Nice, nice. Hey, Garden Scriptorium, nice to see you here. I enjoy Garden Scriptorium's channel a good bit. Go check out that channel if you are not familiar. Yeah, I have definitely done some enabling in my neighborhood, it turns out. I was talking to the president of our HOA, and he wanted to get a fountain pen for his husband, and he did. I'm not sure what he got. I haven't seen him since then, but he did. And then I said before that I gave some neighborhood kids pens in response to... or I guess in payment for feeding our cats while we're out of town. And their mom kept stealing their pens to write with. She's an art teacher, and so I decided she needed her own pen, so I gave her one of my Pilot Metropolitans that I had sitting around. And she was having a girls' night with one of her artist friends, and they were like painting and drinking wine or whatever. And I got some text saying, hey, where do I find a pen like this? My friend really wants one. So I sent them sent them to Anderson Pens to go and get some pens, and she ordered some pens. I was like, yeah, you probably ought to get some ink cartridges. And she's like, too many wines. I don't know where ink cartridges are right now. So should be good. Your brother's apartment is throwing a New Year's Eve party. Yeah, cool. I don't go out for big parties and stuff on New Year's Eve. I just never really have been one of those. It's not really my jam. So we generally sit around and watch movies and eat Chex Mix. We're very high impact folks. So yeah, done a little bit of enabling. The kids are using the pens to write more good. They're pretty young. I don't know how young. One's probably barely a teen. The other one's probably not a teen. But getting them on that fountain pen train early, so that's pretty hot. Yeah, Holiday Hauls. I use that as a title for right now. I actually didn't get anything from in the way of pens for Christmas. 0 things. No pens. I did get myself some pens because I went to Bertram's Inkwell while I was up in the DC area. My aunt actually lives in Potomac, and that's pretty close to Rockville where Bertram's Inkwell is. And so I like to go in there and hang out for a bit. I got to hang out with Oscar the Penthusiast for a while and chat with him. I got to buy some things from Bert, you know, that kind of jazz. So that was fun. What else we got here? Probably bar hopping. Bar hopping in New York City on New Year's Eve? Yikes, man. That is... I am too old and boring for that shit. I mean, stuff. New old stock Eversharp Symphony for Christmas. Beat that. I don't know what an Eversharp Symphony is off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm going to see this and be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Oh yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, those are really cool. I like them. I think that clip is a real neat clip looking guy. Yeah, those are cool, man. Pretty cool. So congrats on that. Yeah, I know I can cuss a little bit, but I generally don't too much. So one thing I got was, I actually bought this on our Slack channel a while ago. This is a Retro 51 desk set. One of these is a rollerball, that's the R. Y'all seen this a little bit before. But I couldn't use it because the rollerball was dead, so I got a new rollerball while I was at Burt's. That was good times. And then I finally bothered to ink the fountain pen. And it's a pretty nice fountain pen, actually. I was a little surprised. Not a lot surprised, but a little bit. I inked this up with one of the new inks that I got from Bertram's Inkwell while I was there. I ended up picking up 3. I got, oh man, got some stuff here going here. Nice mic setup. Yeah, thanks. I like this mic. It's got, I've got the whole arm and all this jazz. I got one of these pop filter guys so I don't pop my P's too much. Yeah, it's a fun mic setup. Got some headphones hanging off of it. So I ended up getting 3 inks, and so firstly I got this Monteverde Fire Opal, which is pretty cool. This is the little swatch on the back. Actually, I did swatches on word cards. Where the heck did they go? What did I do with them? Are they back here? They are. Okay, cool. So this is Monteverde Fire Opal, which is a pretty nice ink. I haven't actually got it in a pen yet, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be a cool, like, kind of red-orange or orange-red. I don't know which way it's going to go in a pen. And then I also got a sample from Oscar, the Penthusiast, of Mont Blanc Winter Glow, which is a pretty ink as well. So I ended up getting a couple of, like an orange and a red. That's fun. And then I ended up getting, because everybody has been, well, not everybody, but a lot of people have been asking about some of these super sheen inks that are so hot right now. I ended up getting a pair of the Organic Studios. So I got the Walden Pond Blue. When I was there, Bertram had a ton of Walden Pond. This is it says Henry David Thoreau on the front. It looks like this. So while I was there, some people were looking for this ink and couldn't find it because it doesn't say Walden Pond on the front. It says Walden Pond on the side. Which is, I mean, not great branding, but whatever. So there should be plenty of these there. If you haven't gotten Walden Pond and you want it, make sure that you check out Bertram's Inkwell. And the other one I got is Nitrogen Royal Blue, which I'm actually enjoying a lot. This is actually a pretty bright blue. This, on this word card, it is just a monster of sheen, of course. You see there, they both have lots of sheen. They're slightly different tints of sheen. One's more reddish, the other's much more purpley. But the blue behind the nitrogen is actually really nice, and the Nitrogen Royal Blue is what I've got in this desk pen. The first couple of times I was using it there, it didn't want to start up for me. Like, I would have to get a little bit of encouragement to get going. I don't know if that's from the ink, or if that's because it's a desk pen, or if because this nib is kind of new. I just wanted to use this ink. So the last couple of times I've tried to use it, let me try it again just right quick. Yeah, it actually starts right up. So I think maybe the nib just needed to get going. All right, now let's see what's going on in chat while I've been not looking at this stuff here. Let's see. Mom cleaned out your jet pens wish list. Awesome. That sounds great. I don't think anybody knows I have a jet pens wish list. I totally do. But it has a lot of stuff on it, because that's actually how jet pens used to send out things for review, is that you'd put stuff on your wish list and they'd find some stuff and just send you a package. I haven't heard from jet pens in a while. I don't know, maybe they got busy or maybe they didn't like me. I don't know, but I haven't gotten anything from them in a while. But my jet pens wish list is long because I wanted to give them lots of options. Jet pens is great. That is great. Yeah, you gotta get a boom arm, man. It comes with a clamp, and it comes with like a thing you drill a hole in the desk and screw in. And so on this desk, I have the screw in like receptacle, and then on my desk upstairs, I've got the clamp that's the screw on thing, you know, so I can move the arm when I'm doing videos in different places. But yeah, the boom arm is cool. This one was like $100. This is the Rode arm, or at least this is normal price. I think I got it on sale like Black Friday, or I forget when I got it, but I definitely paid less than $100 for it because I got it on sale. $100 for a boom arm is kind of a lot, but having it on the desk was inconvenient a lot of times. So good luck on moving, Jim. Moving is one of my least favorite things to do. Yeah, you were wondering how close it is to Noodler's Cayenne, and I actually haven't had a chance to look for that yet, but I will check it out. I'm pretty sure I have Noodler's Cayenne in a sample anyway. There's Cayenne versus Fire Opal. All right, for Michelle. All right, I'll try to remember to put that on Instagram or something. If you're not following me on Instagram, feel free to. It's just at Ink Dependence is my Instagram, and I'll try to put the Fire Opal versus Noodler's Cayenne up there just to see how it looks. Is a Fire Opal more in the red or the orange side? I'm having a hard time deciding, honestly. I think it's more orange. The base is definitely orange, but it's pretty dark. I think it's definitely an orange. So if you look at it here next to Winterglow, which is definitely a red, you can see the orange is more prominent, but it is kind of a reddish orange. It looks cool. I was told I would love it, and I think that is correct. I think that is correct. No, you should not drill into a glass desk, Jim. Don't do that. Let's see. Walden Pond is all sheen. Walden Pond is actually a green for sure. It's definitely a green. And then it's got this purple sheen over it, whereas nitrogen is definitely a blue with this kind of, crazy reddish sheen over it. But you can get that red or that blue on the page. I've seen it a couple of times anyway. But they're both nice. I think they're kind of cool. I've been writing in my this Jabon Techo from Kukio, and it looks great in here. It really kind of pops on the page. Let me find the right page. There it is. Even things like "Go to the post office" are real nice in sort of sheen ink. I think it looks cool. I've got to do a quick review or a quick talk about planners, I think, on the channel very soon, because the Hobonichi is about to start up. It starts in January, and so Audrey's going to want hers back, and I want to use hers to as an exemplar for the cover and that kind of stuff. So I'll have that coming up soon. Just got a Boston safety pen. How do you like it? Is it absurd? Because it looks kind of crazy to me. Diluted Walden Pond in your eco just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. So just like a drop or two of water. Is that what you added? Holidays were great, Christoph. Thanks very much. We just got back from traveling well, I guess it was Tuesday night we came in. And then Audrey's parents came in yesterday. So it's been wall-to-wall family for a bit here. Yep, you will be blinded by the sheen. Hot Cup 11. Evan, I am not the vintage pen expert. Some of them are wet, some of them are not so wet. I mean, a safe place to start is probably like an Esterbrook. Those are really good places to start. Or vintage Schaefers, although vintage Schaefers tend to come in fine and extra fine nibs. So it depends on what you like to write with. But vintage Schaefers, vintage Esterbrook, those are good places to be if you want to get started in vintages. Oh man. I've lost a lot of stuff here. Let's see. Still sheens. Can't drill a glass desk. True. Only had it with the music nibs. Yeah, music nibs not going to be a problem. You can drill into a glass desk once. That's true. That's true. Have any hydrofluoric acid hanging around? It will eat through glass. That's true. Penthusiast. Hey, it's the Penthusiast who gave me that winter glow. Welcome. Welcome. Phone aggressively notified and woke you up. Oh, man. Let's see. Sketchy salesperson. He wasn't selling stuff. He was just showing me pens. And then we had coffee. It was good times. Let's see. We'll be here on the 4th. Wait, Jeremy, what'd you get? Oh, the safety pen. I see. Probably amount of water is typically the gap from the feed to the piston and fully extend on the eco, but less than that, I didn't measure exactly. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about with diluting inks. Yeah, you don't need to dilute very much. Like a little bit of water goes a long way with most inks. So that's cool. Yeah, just a little bit. I think that'd be good. Estabrook and Wherever. Yep, those are pretty abundant too. I like it. Oh, it wasn't a review, Oscar. I was just showing some samples of stuff I got. And I mentioned that I got that from you. All right. So that's my ink haul. I ended up going home with 3 inks. Only 3? Yeah, I guess only 3. And then I got another thing, which comes in this box. I ended up going home with a Lamy Aion. Sorry, Aion. I got the olive silver color, which is just sort of brushed silver. I don't know why they call it olive silver. Although I guess it does have like a, I don't know. I would say it has a mildly green cast to it, but I think I'm just being fooled by the name. Which it turns out is a very nice pen. I've actually been enjoying this pen a lot. The rounded edges on the top and bottom are very nice. The clip is good. I actually had this clipped onto the shirt, the what do you call it, the neck of my shirt for all day on Christmas because I was using it to write my Christmas gift list, and it was great. My only quibble is that I don't know if you can even see it, but the body moves in the cap just a little bit. If you look at this gap, you can see it moves in the cap just a little bit, and I wish it didn't. But other than that, this is a really nice pen. Oh, and there's a little bit of a, you can feel the transition between the section and the body. But this is a very comfortable pen to hold. What did I get? I got the medium nib, and this has been running Walden Pond with no problem. I haven't had a single hard start, so that means it must be a little bit on the wet side anyway. But it's a lovely, lovely pen. I've got no regrets on getting this pen. So if you've been thinking, you know, should I get the Lamy Aion or not? I'd say get the Lamy Aion. I think it's a cool pen. I dig it. It's metal, and so it's got some weight to it, but the weight is really all in the section. This back here and the cap don't really weigh all that much. So even posted, I think it's a good weight and a good length. So there you go. That's a hot take on the Aion. Hot take. Let's see. So much more boring than you expected. The stream? Yeah, I know. Sorry, bro. Actually, Bert was telling somebody else who worked there, I didn't catch their name, taller guy. He was asking him to go get me an olive silver Aion out of the back. He's like, "Oh, we don't have any green ones." And he's like, "It's not green, man. It's actually silver." Couldn't find it. I was hoping to get a broad nib because that's actually the only nib I don't have in Lamy. But you know, what are you gonna do? Let's see. It's the Lamy 2000 stainless steel should have been. Yeah, maybe. The steel Lamy 2K is real heavy, and I don't like the grip section as much on that one. It feels slippery for some reason. Not good enough. Black version. Oh, I haven't gotten the black one yet. All right. Well, maybe I'll get one. I don't know. I do like the silver one a lot. I don't know if I'll get a black one, but if they come out with some third color, I might get it. I mean, heck, if they started doing this in like anodized colors, like a Kara's Customs or like Tactile Turn or something, or just anybody who does metal pens with anodization, they start anodizing these suckers and they will sell like freaking hotcakes. Lamy, you can thank me when you sell 1 million pens if you do that, because this would look great in all sorts of colors. I think it would be awesome. I don't know if I'll get black, but silver is pretty cool. Taller guy? Yeah, probably. No, not Adam. The one I didn't know. Modern fuel pencil tolerances are tighter than Lamy tolerances. That is a fact. That is a fact. The modern fuel tolerances, man, super, super tight. I meant to take that actually back to the post office, so I don't have it here to show. But check out the pencil review I just posted. It's pretty darn good. Of the Lamy 2000, I've got the black Lamy 2000, and I like it a lot. It's actually over here just out of reach, but there's no reason not to reach for it. There we go. I know some people hate the Lamy 2000. I don't really get the hate, but it's totally an aesthetic thing. Lamy 2000 is smaller than the Aion by a fair amount, and it just feels a lot smaller too. It's more slender pen, but the steel one is mega heavy. So let me look at the grips right quick. Lamy's got good grips. There you go. Comparatively, those things, the Aion is much larger this way. But I like both these pens a lot. I'm kind of a big fan of those. Lamy 2000 is one that I end up carrying around a lot because I trust it. So, Al, yeah, that's probably right. Let's see. What else? How's a pen body of the Aion compared to a Faber-Castell? What Faber-Castell are you thinking of, Greg? Because I've got a few over here. I don't know which one. I don't know which one to even compare it to. So let me know which one you want to see it next to. I've probably got. I don't have Grofs. Those are way too expensive for my price point. I am too cheap. Hey, Deafman, welcome, welcome. I don't know, Jim. I expect them to do colors. I think they've got to. They've got to. Adam is a really nice guy. I like him. Tactile turn tolerances above all. Yeah, all right. I mean, I don't know. Head's getting heavy. Too much of sleepy land. All right, see you later, Oscar. Take care. I don't. I've only got one tactile turn pen, so I can't say, and it's actually not metal at all. Well, it's got the Damascus grip, but I actually can't say. I don't know, but it seems good. Oh, the loom? Yeah, I've got some looms. All right, so there's the loom, and that's the Aion. So the Aion is quite a lot larger than the loom. And then just sheer body stuff. I think the cap on the loom is quite nice, because you don't get, like, you get just a little bit of wiggle, but not much. The thing about the cap on the loom, though, is that the clip gets scraped and, you know, all that kind of stuff because it's plastic, whereas the Aion is metal, and it's going to be pretty tough. So there's body stuff. The transition from the grip to the barrel on the loom is a bit tighter. It's a little bit closer than the one on the Aion. This one is definitely a big change. You can almost see. You can probably see just like the break there, even this way. So it doesn't bother me because it's such a long section that my fingers don't sit on it anyway. But I suppose I could see somebody who put their fingers right here would be bugged by it. But that's an odd writing angle, so I can't blame them for that. But the bodies are good. There's more texture to the Aion than there is to the loom body. That's for sure. This does have you can kind of hear it maybe on the mic. And this one, nothing. Totally smooth. So got a little bit more texture to it. Dialogue 3 and Emporium are both heavier than the Aion. Yeah, the Emporium is a pretty big pen. It's also way too expensive, but I've liked it every time I've seen it. It's a cool looking pen. It feels nice in the hand, but they want a lot of money for that sucker. They are proud of it. Hey, Emil. Dizzy from headache? Oh, man, go take care of that. Sit in the dark room, take some Advil. Drink water. That plastic gist wasn't great. The gist is the only one I have. The only problem that I have with the gist is that it's too short. Like, it's oddly short. It's a weirdly proportioned pen. Otherwise, I like it a lot. I'm looking for the gist. Trying to find the gist. It is not in this case, which is surprising because I thought I had it here. Well, no gist for us. Yeah, that's fine. It's probably in the box of stuff to be cleaned. Bring the other tactile turn pins to Philly? Yeah, cool. I think I'm going to be able to make it Philly, which is cool. And with the copper section, with Damascus section. The Damascus is great. I would love to have the full-on Damascus tactile turn. Wait, is it behind here? No. Yeah. Now I'm knocking over all the things. I got to stop looking for that tactile turn. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's freaking me out. But yeah, it's I like the look, but man, a full Damascus pen is so expensive. The feel of tactile turn gives you the creeps. Yeah, I get that. I can see how that could happen. It's got a lot of ridges on it. For those of you who don't know, like there's sort of concentric ridges that go down it. It's kind of weird. I dig it, but I get it. You know, you get one of the Konkin Durgas with a 1.1 stub. I think a lot of people do actually, Michelle. And that 1.1 stub is actually maybe the only consistently great nib that Conklin Monteverde does. But that 1.1 is really good. Reminds you of vinyl. Yeah, all right. I mean, if you flattened it out, it'd be kind of like a record. Yeah. Having issues with the stub, huh? What kind of issues? Is it hard starting on you or something like that? And the downstroke. Huh. It's kind of weird. It could be the angle. I mean, if you're not holding it perpendicular, it could be a problem, but I don't know. Just the... I don't know. Maybe you need to open up the tines just a little bit. That's entirely possible. But maybe it just needs a little bit of adjustment. There's no tipping on there, so you'd notice if it was out of whack. I mean, you might want to look at it up close and make sure the tines are even. Not sure what you're doing. Yeah. Calling Durgaf stub never wrote at all, huh? Yikes. That's bad. Hey, Angel. That's bad. If I were to just get 1 or 2 pins next year, I was thinking of an All-American and Brownstone. Basically, my question would be, what's a good pin for big hands? Something under 200, does that exist? Stub on your Invincia gave you issues. Enthusiast is working on it. Huh. Well, that makes me sad that these stubs on those pins aren't working, because I've got several of them, and they were all great. They're a little older, though. I've probably had them for 3 years, and I think they've made some changes to their stuff. Yeah, brownstones are pretty good. That All-American brownstone is pretty cool, but the nibs are a little bit dodgy on those Monteverdes sometimes, so be prepared to maybe change the nib or do some work to it. But they do look cool. They look like nice pens. And for big hands, I mean, I've got pretty big hands. Do you like a metal pen, or do you like an acrylic pen? Because I've got some of each that would be good for big hands. Of course, most of the Franklin Christophs are pretty good for big hands. I've got pretty massive hands. Not the biggest hands ever, but pretty big. And yeah, Edison Collier is good. Pretty much everything off the Franklin Christoph line. If you're looking cheaper stuff, I mean, those are all under 200 actually too. Even the Edisons after the price increase will be under 200. So that'll be cool. Edison Collier is good. Let me Purple Knights on this Durgraph. Whatever it is, Sequoia. You know, I haven't used this Sequoia yet. That thing looks huge. I'm kind of into that. What else? This Lamy Aion, or Ion, stupid Aion. This Ion that I've been using is good for big hands because it's pretty big. I think the Platinum 3776 is just fine. I only posted. It's plenty of length, I think, and a wide enough section. So that. Under 200, what else is here on my desk? The 31 from Franklin Christoph is a good size for big hands. It's got a pretty good size section, and it's pretty long. It's hard to see against black on black, but yeah. Retro 51's pens are on the cheaper side. They're like 50 or 60 bucks, and this seems like a pretty good pen so far. I've had it for, I don't know, a few weeks. Still enjoying it. Bexley makes a lot of pens that are good for big hands. Bexley is another one of the I don't know, for some reason lesser known, it seems, American makers. They make stuff out of Ohio. This is a Bexley. I think it's an Imperial is the name of the model. But I think I got this for 60 or 80 bucks at a pen show. You can find them online for a bit more than that. But this is a good, big, pretty light pen. Reminds people probably of like the Big Red. It's the same kind of thing, but this is a great pen for that price. Hi, Clipsy. So yeah, I would check out some Bexleys. I would check out some, acrylic maker pens, that kind of stuff. Their nib came in a Y shape? Yikes. Hi, Clipsy. Need to feed the sheep? That's a thing? Apparently, keeps calling it a 1.1 stub. Now people. Yeah, I like the 1.1 stub too. That's the one that I would say is the best chance, but it's kind of weird. FC19, that is a good size pen. It's pretty big. It's about the same size as the 31 though, and the 31's cheaper. So, you know, either way, and easier to find. They make more of those than they do the 19s. It's less work. TWSBI 700, yep, that's good sized. It's a little bit skinny at the grip, maybe. Like, I feel like the section might be a little thin. But yeah, the 700 is a really good pen for big hands. Clipsy, do you want to leave? Hold on. There you go. Now you can go. You don't want to come up in my lap. You do? All right, come on. Come on. Come on. Happy New Year from Eclipse the cat. She is a silly goose. Delta Dolce Vita. Yep, that's a good oversized pen for sure. I agree. Eclipse, what are you doing up here? She is always the friendliest cat when we have company. That is her thing. If we have company, she is our best pal. The rest of the time, she's a pretty typical cat. And she doesn't have much to say to us except for certain times of the day. Yes, Clipsy, that's a computer. Please don't headbutt it too much. She is a silly goose. Yeah. Are you trying to purr into the microphone? Good. Yep, the FC1901 is really good. To the TWSBI Vac Mini. Oh, I don't have a stub from TWSBI yet. No, come on, get out of here. I open the door and the other cats come in to knock stuff over. What's hard to read? YouTube comments or student reviews? Hey, Psycho Mantis, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, don't drink and drive. I don't have any problem with student reviews. My student reviews are all pretty good, honestly. And even when they're bad, like, you got to kind of read between the lines. That's the thing about student reviews. I know a lot of professors are kind of down on student reviews because, like, wow, students don't know what they're talking about. But you just got to be able to read between the lines and see what they're really saying. So if they're like, oh, the reading was hard, it's like, good, and that's as advertised. If it's something like makes fun of minorities or something like, oh, maybe I ought to watch what the hell I'm saying. You know, you can read them well. Or this was a great class. It was way easier than I thought it was going to be. That means, like, tune it up, make it harder next time, that kind of thing. But I like student reviews. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I think the vac and the stub will be pretty good together. I've heard good things about those TWSBI stacks or stubs. Yeah. We'll eventually see how big a Newton Large Shinobi will be. It's a pretty big pen. The wait list on that puts me off. I don't know why exactly, but I have a real problem ordering something and then waiting months for it to get here. Audrey will do that with, like, homemade soaps and scrubs and things like that, or candles or whatever, but I can't do it, man. Can't wait. Can't wait. You're gonna stub nib for your vanishing point. The stub nibs on the vanishing points are actually really nice now. Clipsy, nobody wants to see your butt. Nobody does. You want to sit here? Where people can see you? There's a kitty. This is not the best holding cat. She is just not a fan of being held. Oh, she seems like she's pretty cool with this action right here. She's sitting on my lap and I've got her little paws. Clipsy, say hi to people for New Year's. She's the one we keep a bell on. Yep. Yeah, so when the stub first came out for the vanishing point, it was very sharp. Like, it wasn't really a stub; it was an italic. It was sharp and it was pretty dry in my experience, and that was not a great combo. But the last time I used one out of the new batch, they did something. They definitely changed some stuff, and the new ones are pretty good little stubs. I like them. Wanted to get a 700R. I want to get a 700R too. I haven't seen one actually in person. Gesundheit. I'm going to use a Bennu pen. I have no idea what that is. Bennu Nebula. I'm going to go and Google it, though. Bennu Nebula. Oh, that's a nice looking pen. Yeah, looks good. Oh, is this are these the Russian ones or something? I feel like I saw these before. Ooh. Looking at Gourmet Pens review. By the way, Aziz's birthday is tomorrow. So if you haven't, oh dang. I like this pen. Looks nice. Looks like the threads are done really nicely too. Well, there's a huge step from the section down to, or up to the body. That's a big step, y'all. But looks cool. Huh. Get a new pen versus a nib. The nib units themselves are like $75, aren't they? I mean, a new pen, a new vanishing point's like 150, so you might as well just get a whole new pen, I think. But it is like twice as much. But I've seen that section step in a lot of pens, and it just doesn't. I don't know. Like I feel like you don't have to do that. I don't know. I don't know. PC has them on sale plus the discounts where you got your VP stubs. Oh, nice. Is it worth grinding a medium nib for line variation? I have a couple of Townsends I don't use right now. Yeah, totally. You can do a lot with a medium stub, or definitely I would say stub it. But if you like italics, you can do that too. But yeah, mediums are totally viable for that sort of thing. In fact, I think all of them, maybe all of my vanishing points came with medium nibs, and they've all ended up being stubs or something like that. So yeah, you can totally do it. You can totally do it. Especially with the vanishing points, it's got a huge amount of tipping. All of mine are in my box of stuff that needs to be washed. So I don't have one handy, but they're big. Yeah, you can totally do it. The Franklin Christoph medium stubs are great. I'm a big fan. You won't probably get a lot of line variation if you go to a fine, but with a medium, you should be totally cool. Did I get anything else while I was Christmasing? No, that was my whole haul. What else have y'all gotten for hauls? I've only heard like a couple of hauls. There's more pen hauls. Oh, I should say, man, we had a mishap with one of our Christmas boxes. It didn't go well, so I sent it well before the deadline should have been, but it didn't get to my family in Texas until yesterday, which was great. So days after Christmas, and I paid extra for priority. It was a whole thing. And then when the box gets there, let's see if I can find the best picture. It looks like, how about now? No, that's worse. When it got there, it looked like this. This used to be a square. No longer, it's getting too much reflection. There we go. Just all mush to hell. So, good job, USPS. Thanks. I don't know if anything inside was broken yet. We'll see how it goes, but every corner on that box is crushed. They actually haven't opened up the box yet. They're waiting to get together, but, Santa brought you a new writing desk. That sounds dope. You got a Phileas with a bent nib now fixed in cheap Chinese pen and Clemson colors. Very cool. Your brother works for Clemson, huh? A friend of ours just graduated from Clemson with I want to say her master's. Probably a master's in soil science or something. Thought about making some of your spare Esterbrook nibs into stubs. Not a fan of the extra fine, so maybe stub them. I don't know if it's worth stubbing an extra fine, but, I mean, you do you, Troy. I don't know if you're going to get much out of that at all. Don't know. Yeah, some big sleigh. That's right. I think what happened was, and actually it didn't even show up. They stopped tracking it on the 21st. It just said in transit. And then I went to the post office yesterday and griped. Yesterday? Day before? Must have been Wednesday. So day before yesterday. And griped that I was like, hey, so here's a tracking number. My package disappeared. And then the next day tracking magically appears. And then the box magically appears at my mom's house. So I don't know, man. I think it must have fallen off a conveyor belt and somebody's like, oh, hopefully nobody notices. I don't know. Last question. To use bras in 1.1, you have to change your paper to avoid bleed through. So is that the trade-off for those nibs to up your paper game across the board? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, the fine and extra fines will let you get away with more. Like, they'll let you use a shittier paper if you want to. I don't know why you'd want to use a bad paper, though. That's one of my... I like having good paper, even if I'm using a crappy, even if I'm using like a gel pen, I still want a good paper. Oh, my collar here. Huh. Weird. So, I don't know. You don't really have to change your paper. It depends on your ink and stuff. Like, some of them will bleed and some of them won't, even with broad nibs. I mean... So this is my sheaf of paper that I've used for writing samples for the blog post, and you can see on the back the results are mixed, but most of them aren't bleeding through. And I do a lot of stuff on here with broad nibs and music nibs and all that kind of stuff. So this is just regular old Staples 20-pound. So you can use whatever you want as long as you've also got good ink and stuff. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. So what are good paper recommendations? There are lots of good papers out there. I personally really like the wheat straw papers. I've got it in reams over here. I bought a case of it. I liked it so much. You can get that at like Home Depot. It's is it Step Forward? Yeah, Step Forward paper is very good. Anything over 20-pound on like HP paper is pretty good. I really like Rhodia for slightly fancier stuff. I also really like Nemosiny, which is... this is a Nemosiny notebook, and it works great for all kinds of pens. Like, this is all fountain pen on the back, and you can just sort of see it through a little bit. And these are not very expensive. You can find this stuff at Jet Pens. Probably if it's a Japanese paper, it's going to be great. Midori's great. Tomoe River, a lot of people love. I don't love it so much, but a lot of people do. Love all these obscure Japanese papers. Kokyo is really good. Yeah, that's what I've been using in my planner here, and it's really nice. I haven't got any Graphilo. How is that, Jem? I really like the Franklin Christoph paper. That's it's got a little bit of a mauve tint to it, so I don't use it for ink reviews, but I use it for all kinds of other notebook stuff. I like red and black if you want to get stuff that you can get at the at like the Staples. Red and black paper is great. Their ARC notebooks are really good, and they're really expensive or really inexpensive. But yeah, it's good. I think they haven't stopped making the Step Forward. I think they only sell it online though, and I don't know if I got it from Staples. I think I might have gotten it from Home Depot, but last I looked, it was still available, so you should be able to get it. But they don't have it in stores anymore for some reason. And it's not expensive is the thing. I think my case was maybe 20 bucks. Maybe that's too little. It can't be 20 bucks. Anyway, it wasn't that much. It was for a case. Oh, no, so... Yeah, Matt can't use it because actually to cut those notebooks and stuff, he uses much larger than traditional format. So if you're doing like large-scale printing like that, they use big format pages. But they do still make it in reams. Just that's not what he uses, so, But yeah, I like it a lot. Some people have been commenting on my YouTube channel that they don't really like the wheat straw paper. They think it's kind of rough. That's not my experience with it, but everybody's tactile, the thing they prefer is different. Like, I can't use Clairefontaine paper at all. It drives me nuts. It's too smooth. I feel like my pen's just like skating all over the place, out of control. It's not for me. But, you do you. That's what I say. Man, I'm still looking at this fancy pen from Bennu's Supreme Collection Nebula Fountain Pen. It looks hot. Looks hot. I like it. So wheat straw paper can be a weird feeling. I don't know. It doesn't feel weird to me. It feels like regular old paper. It's a little bit stiffer, I think, but just, seems fine. I haven't had any problems with it. But like I said, people's fingertips are going to pick up different feelings from the paper, I think. I don't think I've ever used Apica. Dry time on Clairefontaine does suck, but it sucks just as bad as Rhodia or Tomoe River or something. It's just one of those coated papers. But yeah, it's way too smooth. I used it. Do I have that notebook here? Doesn't look like I do. I used it one year for notes for a class I was teaching, and I regretted it almost immediately. Writing over smooth paper makes you grip your pen tighter. Yeah, maybe me too. Actually, I don't really know why. It just feels like I'm not in control as well, and I think that sucks. I don't love it. Let's see, what have I missed? Okay, good. Yep. Bunch of new Japanese stores down in Texas. Is there that one that's like a dollar store? I forget what that one's called. We got a bunch of stuff from there. I got these fine line markers from there for like $1. I got this cool chalk writer for like $1. If you want to write in chalk somehow. I don't actually know. I've never used it, but I will. Daiso. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one. That was a fun store. Man, Jim Rouse had a good time in the Daiso store. When I first went in, he's like, oh, this is silly. Who wants any of this stuff? And then eventually he was like, I should have gotten a cart because I can't carry all these things. And of course, a double armful of stuff is like $20 at Daiso. So, yep. Where are you in Texas, Joseph? Somebody else was down in Texas too. I think Hoppy Pens is down in Texas. Oh, Fort Worth, huh? That's close to my old stomping grounds. SMU all the way. But yeah, nice. So you're not nearly as cold as it is as you would usually be. That's kind of nice, huh? Does have to be satisfied with H Mart? What's H Mart? Is that like like an art store or something? Yeah, you'd think they'd have a Daiso in Atlanta. I don't know why they wouldn't. Oh, you went to UNT, huh? Nice. I spent actually a lot of weekends up at UNT. I had friends that went there or in the music program and that sort of thing. So we'd go up for like, what was it, Wednesday night jazz or something. It was pretty awesome. Good times up there in Denton. Your coworker gave you a fountain pen for Christmas. That's awesome. Skillcraft, yeah. Oh, nice. That's fun. Daiso Golden Sword pencils. H-Mar's like a Korean Meyer. Also, I'm impressed that you know what a Meyer is. Where the heck did you run into Meyer, Bijou? That's like a hardcore Ohio sort of thing. We do miss Meyer. That place is a good store. But they don't really have them very many places. Hey, it's Sandra. Look who it is. Happy New Year, Greg. Hopefully we were helpful. Oh, your family's all from Michigan? That explains it. Yep. Yeah, Audrey's mom worked in a Meijer for a little while after she retired. She's like, I'm going to go back to working at Meijer. Yeah. Michigan. Yikes. That looks way too cold right now. I have a friend of mine who's actually driving up there this week because her mom broke her wrist or something. But, yeah. Yeah. Michigan's too cold. Audrey is actually from Defiance, Ohio, and we went to Bowling Green for our masters. So it's like right there on the Michigan-Ohio border. Joseph claims he is enjoying Texas, I think. Grandma's Meijer is a true test store. They try new layouts, products, etc. That's awesome. You had to return to regular life. Oh, man, are you back at work already? Man, you were in Dallas, right? Hey, Crafty Doodles. Yeah, Christmas was good. It was good. Yep. Yep, spent it out of town, then came home, and then family showed up. So, like, we came in pretty late on. Man, it only took us 6 hours to get to where we live in North Carolina from DC, which is not bad. It usually takes about 5, and usually takes about 7 during Christmas. So 6 was not bad. Not bad. We had a friend who left Baltimore the same time we left Potomac, and he was only going to Raleigh, and we were going out to like between Greensboro and Raleigh, and we got home at 8 o'clock at night, and he didn't get back to Raleigh until like midnight. So, y'all, if your GPS says, "Hey, there's traffic ahead," we'll reroute you. Listen to the GPS, man. That was what we learned. We got a new GPS for Christmas, and we are real psyched about that. Yeah. Office in Oxford. I have no idea where Oxford even is, Sandra. People always use names around here like I know where things are. Oxford, NC. Let's see where you were. Oh, the middle of nowhere. Yes, yes. No, there's nothing out there. I don't. Oh, okay. I know where that is, more or less. North of Durham. Yeah. North of Creedmoor. Don't use another small town to refer to where the small town you're talking about is. Creedmoor is barely a blip on this map. Oh man. Let's see. Hershey rolled out all the Valentine's Day candy. Granville County. Nope. Henderson. Nope. Nope. No, I've actually never been up that direction, I don't think. At least not on purpose. We took 85 out to 95? No, what did we take to 95? Anyway, whatever. We don't ever go up that direction. Just haven't done it. You have an Oxford in Oxfordshire? It seems like the... Let's see. Some friends. Oh, you got some friends from Salisbury. Salisbury is real close to me, actually. I am not far from Salisbury. So, Joseph, if you ever come to Salisbury, let me know. We'll get some lunch or something, because that's not that far. Oh, wait, I was thinking of Saxapahaw. I actually don't really know where Salisbury is, but I think it's not far. You have an office in Mebane and Graham? Well, next time you're out in Mebane and Graham, come say hi. And Salisbury. Now I'm going to look up where that is. This is the Watch My Google Stuff channel. Oh, Salisbury is not where I thought it was. It's not that far, I guess. It's only an hour and a half or something, but... Yeah, I've been to Salisbury. Oh, I've gone through it going to Charlotte. That's where I've been. That's where I've seen it. Yep. Watford. We can get some cheer wine. Yep. Yeah, I know. Craftford means real. Yeah, Crafty means real Oxford. Yep. I had some friends who went to Oxford. Neither a real nor a fake Oxford. There's probably a lot of fake Oxfords. There are certainly several real ones, though, as well. Actually, when I was trying to learn how to tie a bow tie, it took me a long time, and Audrey and I were trying to do it from like YouTube videos and stuff, and it wasn't working for beans because there's like this one step in there where it looks like magic happens, but they don't let you go to Alamance County. You can come to Alamance County, and we'll let you in. It'll be fine. But I finally got my bow tie tied, and I like wore one to school. And one of my good friends, this guy Boss Vandervossen, who went to Oxford, was like, "Oh yeah, bow tie. Yeah, I used to have to wear those all the time." I'm like, "Oh man, I wish I'd known that." He's like, "Oh yeah, we do bow ties all the time in Oxford. It's required. I'll never wear one again." But he still knows how. So he was like, "You could have just asked a friend how to tie bow ties." Oh look, it's Scraggles. Hey Scraggs, you're online. That's a dog. Yep. So, hello from the mountains in Norway. -10 Cs. -10 C doesn't seem all that cold. What is that, like 20 Fahrenheit? Christmas and ski holiday. Oh wait, -10. Yeah, it's like 20-ish or something. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Cool. I have a lot of family in Vermont, and right there where they are, the 15. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's 20-ish. 15 is 20-ish, right? I'm not super good at conversions to Celsius or whatever, but you know, I can manage sort of. Their high today is 1 degree Fahrenheit. The low is -11. I am. My mom was like, "Oh yeah, we should go up there." I'm like, "You're out of your mind." Yeah. New York City is cool. Is that cold now? That's cool. Doesn't seem like it's going to be as cool as Norway, though. Norway seems pretty dope. Never been, of course, but it looks nice on TV. Yep. Yep. All right, let's get rid of my Salisbury thing here. Oh, you grew up in New Hampshire, huh? Yeah, my dad lives in New Hampshire. He lives in like a little town in the middle of nowhere in New Hampshire. Everybody in the Northeast is cold. Yeah, I agree. My dad would put up some cameras outside his place in rural New Hampshire, and he's like, "Oh, look, you can see the snow on the camera." And he's like, "I can't really tell how deep it was, but we had 7 inches when I left." And crazy. That's too many. That's too many inches, man. Then we were watching yesterday's. I think Erie, PA, or something had 65 inches of snow yesterday. No, it's no good. Dallas was colder than North Carolina, huh? Well, that does happen sometimes. People think of all of Texas as being hot and stuff all the time, but it's definitely not. Dallas can be pretty chilly. We get ice storms there pretty regularly. Let's see. Although right now it's 46 there, so that's not that cold, but yeah, still pretty chilly. Yeah, they can have all that. Dallas is very windy. That's true. That's true. Except for when I was in marching band in college, it would be very hot all summer, and it wouldn't rain for like months at a time. But then it would spike from like 110 to 115 for the week of band camp, and the wind would entirely die. There'd just be nothing. It'd be just still, dry air, 115, 120 degrees. Just for whatever reason, that week was always the worst. The rest of the time, nice breeze though. You get like a nice breeze off the bread factory that used to be over there, so it just like smell like fresh baked bread all across campus. It was nice. Now I think they tore that down and put up a dorm or something, which is too bad. Probably doesn't smell nearly as good. But there you go. All right, folks, it is after 5. We have been streaming for about an hour now, and it's getting to be time to sign off. Oh, what instrument did I play? I was... well, in that band, I played sax. I was a tenor sax for a long time. Played some bari sax, but I didn't march that because I'm not a crazy person. But yeah, now if it was a woodwind, I probably played it for at least some time. I never played oboe officially, and I never played flute. But I did play most of the rest. But yeah, contrabass clarinet and tenor sax were kind of my go-tos. A lot of bass clarinet too, but I mean I played that for the most years. But yeah, a lot of sax. Flute pick there, huh? Nice. Yeah. Our marching band at SMU only had we had I think 3 piccolos. And then we had the sax section. That was all the woodwinds. There were no others. Violin, that always sounded cool. I always wanted to play like viola or something like that. What do I play now? I don't know. The radio, I guess. I haven't played an instrument in so long, and I'm not 100% sure I'd know how to do. But I don't really know. I'm all about that bass clarinet. Yeah, I don't know. Did I practice safe sax? There is no such thing as safe sax. Yeah, I played clarinet when I was starting out because we had one, but I switched away from that pretty quick. I don't like the high pitch stuff. I like the low stuff. Violin and double bass, that sounds badass. I never had the chance to learn any strings. I've got a bass guitar over here against the wall, but I've never learned to play it. I think it would be pretty cool. Piano, clarinet, and tenor sax. Right on. Right on. I never learned to play piano either. My mother played piano, but I just never did. Never did. The strings aren't too bad to learn. I don't know. The problem for me is I have to do different things with different hands. And I don't know. I tried playing some Rock Band one time, and it was real hard. That's my experience with strings. I just haven't done it. I want to, but I just haven't done it. Clarinet first, sax next. Yeah, most people start on the clarinet and then go to the sax. Actually, the kids I mentioned that feeded my cats I gave fountain pens to are both musicians. One of them just started playing the tenor sax at like 8 or 9 years old. I'm like, wow, awesome. The sax is damn near as big as he is. And his brother is a very talented trumpet player at like, I don't know, early teens or something. I was really impressed. Super good. They're like doing jazz, or he's doing jazz solos or something already. It's pretty awesome. Beefy fingers make the violin a tad difficult. Yeah, I imagine it would. I imagine it would. Yeah, I don't know if these are violin fingers, but you know, I'm too old for that. I don't have time. I don't have time to learn another instrument, unfortunately. I'm not even 100% sure I can read music anymore. I should try it eventually just to see if I could, but I don't know. Hey, Stefan, welcome. Welcome, Belgium. You showed up just in time for me to sign off, unfortunately. I was just about to bounce, so people started talking about instruments. It's the cello and bass are for? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good old beef fingers playing the violin again. Yeah, that's what they call me. Good old beef fingers. No, I know. I could if I had the time. I just feel like I haven't had the time to learn to do anything, but I need to. But yeah, I want to. I want to learn to play more instruments and do more instrumenting, but haven't yet. All right, folks, it's time to go. Happy New Year's, everybody. Everybody, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Spay and neuter your pets. I don't know. Those are all the things I know to sign off. But thank you very much for coming to hang out with me for the last hour or so. I will see y'all next week in the new year, which is kind of crazy. 2018. It's coming. So happy New Year. Celebrate safely. Everybody have a great time. Hug your family. See you later. Peace out. Oops, wrong button.